Can you hear me now? Sorry. Okay, well, I said hello to everybody. And then I said, Tracy Savage, I sent you an email. Mary at the rug shop needs you to email her. She has your rug, Tracy Savage. I gave you the email. Will you please just let me know that you got her email? Okay, please. Let me know that you got her email. Okay, good. Angie Jones, yes, I got you. I'm muted. No, I'm not. And Mike, along with that invitation for you, I don't see you there, so let me know if there's something going on with that. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah, Tracy Savage, I sent you Mary's email. Please email Mary at the rug store. Your rug is there. Okay, and I don't even know if you might have emailed me back, but let me see something. Let me see if I go to that. What happens here? And I go small. Okay, I have to go to my email anyway, so I might as well check to see if Tracy emailed me. Let me see. Okay, okay, so Tracy, yeah, please get with Mary. Now, let's see, what was I going to say? Okay. All right, let me get my discovery up here. So this would be Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone. How's everybody doing? Okay. We had some company over today, and then had some friends over after that, and then we have Roman dog sitting, and my son was going to get back at 2 in the morning, so he's just going to pick Roman up tomorrow. So then Roman's spending the night. Let's see. Trying to see. Hang on. Now let's get my mail so full again that okay, sorry about this guys, I'm just trying to find my mail here. Oh, there's so much mail I have to catch up on. Okay, I don't even, here we go. Beautiful. All right, so let's see what I'm gonna try an audio interview. Let's see, we did Sarah, we did, I want to do Juan Torres.
Today's date is February 26, 2020. The time now is approximately 13:22 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located in my unmarked agency vehicle outside of 8315 Baja Boulevard in Orlando, Florida. In the car with me is my partner.
Can you hear this?
And in the front seat is, sir, can you state your name for me?
Juan Torres.
And your birthday?
1/11/81.
Okay. And you are the brother to George Torres Jr., correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It came to my, your parents had explained to me that you had a conversation with George a few days ago. Do you recall that specific date?
Yes. It was Sunday.
On Sunday. So Sunday, we're looking at the calendar together, the 23rd?
The 23rd.
Okay, so February 23rd, you guys had a conversation. Do you recall what time that conversation took place?
7:30. Oh, it finished at 7:30.
Do you remember when time it started? Do you by any chance still have it in your call log?
Does it do it when... So it had to be 7:30. Because when you call, it clocks it. It doesn't do it at the end, it starts it.
It starts it, and
so
then it tells you how long you talked for.
So it was 7:30 then.
Okay. If you do have it in your call log, I'd love to take a picture of it if you still have it.
It's Monday. Sunday right here.
So it'd be Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
if you click, I'm just gonna...
yeah.
There we go. Do you mind if I
Yes,
take a photo?
No, it's fine.
Okay. And so it says you received an incoming call at 7:30, and you guys spoke for 4 minutes.
Yes. We was talking, I was playing dominoes with my kids and my wife. And at first I wasn't gonna pick it up. Then I picked up.
Okay.
Because they were always fighting and stuff with the alcohol. So he started talking to me, he was calm, so I was like, oh, okay. So I put it on speaker. So my kids are there, like, they joke around with him, and he was joking around with them. And we're talking, and then he's talking to me about when we was kids. And then, like, a couple minutes after that, that's when I hear in the back start arguing with him. No, I have to call my brother. I have to talk to him. And he's like, no, I'm talking to my brother. It was her phone, so. And then she starts arguing and telling him that, no, tell him what you've been doing to me. You choked me, this and that. But he was calm. And he was like, okay, I gotta let you go. And then he said, I love you. And then I told him I love you. And basically that was it.
So she yells in the background, tell him what you've been doing to me.
Yeah.
You've been choking me.
Yeah.
Did you ask him anything about that?
No, because the thing with them, they would fight and they would hit each other. Because there was times he came here and she had hit him with a phone and he had a black eye. So it was like...
Did you witness that?
I didn't get to see it, but he told me himself.
Okay.
So
you guys know that there's domestic between the two?
Between them. And I told him, get out of there, get out of there. I would tell him, leave. And what's crazy is that he would leave, come here, and she would call and tell him to come back, and she would come and get him. So she had the car, he didn't have a car.
Right.
So...
You said that he sounded calm.
He was calm, relaxed. Like he would... I can tell because my brother's been drinking for a long time. We tried to get him help before.
Right.
And I can tell when he was like really drunk, and he wasn't that drunk that night.
He wasn't.
So when you're describing him as calm, that's an indication that he hadn't been drinking that much.
That he wasn't that drunk. No.
Okay. When he's been drinking, does he get really excited?
Sometimes he gets excited, and you can tell he like slurs his words, and and I can tell like he gets really emotional, and sometimes starts crying and.
Okay. And none of that happened that night?
No, none of that.
Have you ever witnessed them physically fight?
I've seen them because I've been to their house and she's come out all crazy. I went over with my wife and they had called me to go over there. She had called me to go over there.
Sarah?
Sarah had.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'll come over. That he wanted to see me. So I went over. And as soon as I get there, she comes out crazy because she had saw some guy peeing around the corner. And she was trying to fight the guy and argue with the guy. And my brother was like, yo, calm down, just calm down. And it was like, I went to that. That's why I would try to avoid everything. Like, I would call, whenever he called me, I talked to him. I tried to talk to him. But it was always, like, they were always...
Did she physically touch George, or was she just getting really upset and
upset, like she came out upset. But there's a person, I can't remember, somebody seen him because he was on a bike one day. And he told me, I can't remember the person it was, because he was on a bicycle and she hit him with the car. And I can't remember who the person was. And he told me.
Okay. Have you ever seen any marks on George?
Yeah, around his neck, eye.
Like what kind of marks?
Like the time she hit him with the phone.
Okay.
He had a black eye, scratches all over his neck.
Would you see Sarah every time you saw George?
Off and on. Like, if I would go over there, I would see her with him. And then sometimes if he ever came here, I would see him. Or sometimes when I would go over there, he would just come out and I wouldn't see her.
So you more saw your brother than Sarah?
I think it was equal.
Equal?
Because I've seen her. Sometimes she had marks and stuff. So
and what do you mean by marks?
Like bruises and stuff too. They used to beat each other.
And where were her bruises be?
I've seen on her arm, black eyes too.
Okay. Did George ever confide in you about their domestic problems? Like, did he ever tell you? Is there anything else that he's ever told you about him and Sarah? Any arguments? Any physical altercations?
No, he didn't really like to talk about it like that. Like, everybody knew it.
Right.
Like, they used to come here and fight and stuff.
Okay.
And my mom wouldn't like it and tell them to go.
Right.
And I know one day she came, it's been like maybe like 2 months. My dad, because she always tried to hug everybody, and everybody didn't want to be hugging like that. And she pushed my dad, and my dad fell.
Yeah.
So,
would they always, would Sarah always be intoxicated when you saw her?
most of the time.
And what about George?
There was times he was not, he had drank, but he wasn't like drunk. Like he would try to like eat and try to have her eat because they was always drinking so much. So he was like, we need to eat something. But
Did you, like a couple of years ago, did you and your brother have any kind of a falling out? Did you guys get into an argument, a fist fight, or anything?
no. See,
Has he gotten into a physical altercation with any of your brothers?
With Farrell, he did. The one that had the long hair.
The curly hair?
Yeah. With him, but it was just...
How severe of a fight was this, though?
Not brothers.
Did he
Anybody
have
go
to...
to the hospital?
No, nothing like that.
Anybody have, like, bloodied lips, broken noses, anything like that?
Broken eye?
No. Oh, he had with my other brother too, with Mo. George had went to the hospital.
George went to the hospital.
Yeah,
And it was a
George
few years ago, like 2 years ago, maybe 2.5.
That happened because she said They was drunk. They was at my Mo's house. At Moses' house. That's the other one.
Moses?
Moses. His name's Moses.
Is it last name Torres?
Torres.
Okay.
He they had got into it because Sarah had came and said that she had George had beat her, and then they got into it. But I wasn't there that day. Moses he can tell you about that.
But George did go to the hospital?
George went. George was in the hospital for that.
Do you remember what injuries he sustained?
Something in his eye socket.
The nose, maybe?
I think his nose too. But it had something was wrong with his
Orbital?
Yeah, the orbital.
Yeah.
What?
All right. Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know about your brother or Sarah and their relationship? I'm assuming the 4-minute conversation, he was just kind of like, you guys were just talking at first.
At first, just talking. I would notice that he was okay. It wasn't a fight.
You said he was
like,
joking with your kids, and then you hear Sarah in the background,
and then that's when Sarah came
and then
into it.
you let him go, or he let you
he
go.
Said, because he was like, my niece and nephew are there. They can hear you, like. So I was like, he was like, all right, bye, and then.
Okay.
That was it.
How did she sound?
She sounded like crazy, like she always did. Like, she was always like that, crazy. Like, she would just start yelling.
Was she yelling any kind of threats or anything?
No. She was just saying about calling her brother.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This ends the recording 13:35 hours.
Sorry, you couldn't hear me, I don't think. Okay, so can you hear me now? Hello to everybody that came in while that was on. Can you hear me now? Am I on now? I don't know. It's a weird thing. My mic thing is like really weird now. Let me see if you can hear me now. If you can hear me now. You can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, so hi to everybody that came in while that was on. That was the brother. He gave us some insight, right? He did. Oh, I didn't know. Okay. He gave us, we didn't, he tells you that they both had bruises. They both did stuff. Okay, but she was pushing the father, right? She was, he fell down. We know that she was hands-on the property manager from the interviews yesterday. So, you know what's going on, right? Okay, let's listen to something else. Hang on. So next will be a follow-up. Let me see.
Today's date is March 1st, 2020. The time now is approximately 16:41 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I am on the phone with, can you state your name, sir?
Brian Boone.
And I have a couple follow-up questions that I wanted to ask Brian Boone in reference to this case. Brian, just give me your date of birth for me.
5/27/75.
Okay. And do you promise and swear everything we're going to talk about is going to be true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. So we had a conversation about the incident and your involvement a few days ago, early this week, I believe on Tuesday. And after looking through Sarah's call logs, I noticed that she called you on February 23rd, which would be the Sunday night at around 23:46 hours, that's military time, but in normal time, that's 11:46 hours. Do you recall that phone call?
I do, well, somewhat. I was asleep when she called. So she woke me up. I was half asleep when I was talking to her. She did sound very inebriated.
Okay.
I don't remember what all she said. I'm kind of used to her calling drunk late at night and things like that, so it didn't faze me as anything out of the ordinary. I basically just kind of got her off the phone and told her I'm going back to sleep and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. You said that she sounded inebriated, like she was drunk?
Yeah, she didn't sound like, it's hard. I was half asleep at the time. I don't think I remember hearing anything bad in the background or anything that would have caused me concern, but I don't really remember it that well.
Okay. But she was under the influence of alcohol based off of your knowledge of just knowing her and knowing when and when she's not under the influence.
Yeah. As soon as I heard her start talking, I almost kind of just zoned out away from it because she says all kinds of nonsense when she does this late at night, and I was trying to get her off the phone so I could go back to sleep. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm on the phone right now. You can get yourself dried off. Get yourself dried off. Your pajamas are right here, okay? Hold on, buddy. I'm sorry.
It's
sorry.
okay.
Go ahead.
It's okay.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you remember her saying anything specifically about George?
I don't think so. I don't really remember. I really don't remember much of the conversation, honestly.
Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, and the phone conversation lasted for a little over 2 minutes, if I'm not mistaken?
May have been, yeah.
Okay. And you said that it's kind of normal for her to call you late at night or just kind of whenever she's under the influence and she's kind of just babbling on and you have to try and get her off the phone.
Yeah,
You don't
it's a thing that happens.
Okay. Okay, so you can't remember anything specific about what she may or may not have said, but she did sound inebriated. Does that sound correct?
Yeah.
And you couldn't hear anything in the background?
Not that.
As far as like
remember,
arguing or
no.
yelling or anything like that, you couldn't hear any of that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you know where she was located? Did she ever say?
I was assuming she was at home.
Okay, but she didn't say.
I mean, she didn't have a lot of money. She didn't really go out anywhere, so I assumed she was at home.
Okay. But you wouldn't know where in the house she may have been?
No.
Okay, she didn't give you that information. Okay.
Not that I remember. It's possible she said something. I don't really remember, though.
Okay. All right, is there anything else that you think is important for me to know about that phone conversation?
I don't think so.
Does that typically, do you guys talk often? Like, in a day's time, like, do you guys talk daily?
More than I would like. Normally, anytime I'm calling her, it's to find out if she's actually going to be picking the child up like she's supposed to.
Right.
Like that next morning with me constantly calling.
Right.
She'll call to talk to Lucas, or sometimes when she's drunk, or she wants me to come pick her up because she's scared of George, or, any number of different things.
Okay, you're kind of like her call person, like she.
Yeah. It's gotten very old over the last couple of years, so I've started to just kind of ignore what she's saying and just try to get her gone as soon as possible.
Right.
Because, I mean, honestly, for a long time, I tried to help her out, give her refuge, get away from him, and she just kept bringing him back, and I eventually just gave up on the situation, so.
Right. Okay. All right. Do you promise and swear everything that we have talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. This ends the recording at 16:47 hours.
Okay, hopefully you can hear me again now. And so that was the follow-up with the ex-husband more than he likes. Hi, Sassy Darcy. I think she would read a book or go for a bike ride instead of drink. Oh, yeah, right. I thought she would. You said, yeah, right? A bike ride and, yeah, read a book. Hi, your heart made wise. How are you? Okay, so let's see what else we have to look at. Okay, so then we listened to Juan Torres. Now we're going to listen to Abraham. I believe that's another neighbor.
Today's date is February 26, 2020. The time now is approximately 11:45 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located at 4704 Lucier Court, in Winter Park, Florida, 32792. At the Tealwood Park Apartments complex in the front office. Also with me is, can you state your name, sir?
Abraham Moreto.
Okay, and your date of birth?
May 29th, 1967.
Okay, also with me is my partner, Detective Scott Lullen with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Okay, Abram, prior to us going on recording, I was informed by Melissa, who's the property manager, that you knew George Torres.
Correct.
And you were explaining that you knew him from Philadelphia when he was smaller.
Yes.
And then now you, I guess,
Reconnected.
reconnected.
When I started working here in October.
In October of last year?
Of last year.
Of 19. Okay. So, you said that you last saw him, you said it was last Tuesday?
Last Thursday.
Last Thursday. Okay, thank you. So last Thursday was the 20th?
Correct.
Sound about right? Okay. Now, what can you tell me about George and Sarah's relationship?
They had an on-off rocky relationship, which was physical on occasions. I'm aware of the fact that George had a probation officer. He was in anger management. And again, they had their good times, their bad times. Sometimes he would instigate the situations. Majority of the times, Sarah Boone instigated the situations. And she ended up with bruises. But that's more of him, like, kind of pushing her off of himself.
Okay. And that's what he told you?
Yes.
Okay.
And she verified it with you.
Sarah verified with you?
Yes.
Okay. Did they both drink a lot?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
In excess.
What?
In excess. They didn't drink to drink. They drank to sunrise to sunset, all the time in between.
Okay. Did you ever see them physically fight?
No.
Okay. Have you ever seen them physically argue?
I've seen them argue,
Argue. Okay.
but no physical contact.
Right. Has George confided in you about Sarah? About anything she's, I know you said that they both, sometimes he'll...
He notified me, he had told me on a couple of occasions where she called the police on him and had him put out.
Okay.
A couple of times he ended up getting arrested over it. And that she was the reason why he was taking the anger management courses and stuff. Because a couple of weeks ago, he was still working at the hardware store on the corner until they closed.
Right.
And that's where me and him would have more of our conversations than anything else. I'm going there to get stuff. Now it's just me and him, one-on-one.
Right.
She's not there to create this situation.
Okay. And so, just correct me if I'm wrong, you said that sometimes he would instigate it and sometimes she would instigate it?
Yes.
Okay. And he admitted to that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know when, did he confide in you about like their last physical argument or
No.
fight?
The last physical fight that they had, she mentioned it to me, Melissa, and Mr. G when she got arrested. When we were all standing outside, and she said, I want to speak to you. And G walked over to an officer and said, is it okay if she speaks to us? They said we would prefer not, but that is her choice.
Right.
We did not ask her any questions. She had told us that a couple of days ago they had got into a fight where he grabbed her by her hair and dragged her down the steps.
Okay.
And that would probably be a day or two before this situation happened.
Before the situation?
With the suitcase.
Okay, so when did you talk? When was that?
She was talking to us outside Monday afternoon.
Oh, Monday. Okay. I
that
thought
day.
you said the last time she got arrested, and I'm like,
No, when she got arrested, well, when everybody was at her door.
when we were investigating.
When you were doing during your investigation, because you was typing in the car.
Okay.
She was talking to us outside. There was a young officer at the door
Yeah.
who heard the conversation.
Okay.
Because he was only but 20 feet away.
Okay. So she told you what again? One more time.
That they had gotten into a fight. He grabbed her by the hair and dragged her down the steps.
2 days prior.
Probably about 2 days prior to that situation.
So that would be Saturday.
Yeah, over the weekend, yes.
Over the
Whatever
weekend.
took place over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Then she told us that they were playing hide and seek. He went in the suitcase. She zipped it up. And then she went upstairs and passed out.
Did he ever confide in you like what he did, like for fun? Besides like the drinking, like is there other activities that he did? Did he ever tell you like, oh, I'm trying to get into this?
They actually used to do a whole lot of arts and crafts inside of the townhome. And they did a lot of it with her son. There was a perfect relationship, but they tried, I guess, in their own way.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else that he would tell you about him and Sarah's relationship that you think is important for us to know?
I think you actually know it all. They just had a very rocky physical relationship. I don't know if...
Okay. Did you ever see marks or bruises on him?
Yes,
Okay. Like what?
scratches on the neck.
Scratches.
As I said, with her attacking him, he's kind of just
Trying to stop.
shove her back, but because she's such light skin, as soon as he touched her, instant bruises all across the arms and things of that nature.
Right. Okay. So I don't know if you've noticed or if it's been before, but the door, there's like a bunch of markings on the door. Have you ever noticed that or no?
On which door?
Their door.
Their front door, the very front metal door.
I haven't looked at it,
Okay.
but I know if I was to look at it, I could probably tell you what it was.
Okay. We're just curious if, like, since you had been working here, if you noticed it or saw it
No,
compared
because
to.
they had keys. Now, they probably slamming doors back and forth and had an argument. I know of one instance where her ex-husband showed up, but that would probably be around November.
Okay. Okay.
Has he ever talked to you about any damage inside the apartment that he needed help fixing that he couldn't do?
No.
Have you ever really been inside their apartment?
Yes, I have. I do them basic work orders, like change the verticals,
Yeah.
patch up.
Have you seen any damage that looks like it was caused by either one of them?
Not that I can say, it just looks like normal wear and tear of a unit.
Well, I noticed on the first floor there's a half bath there.
Yes.
There's like 2 or 3 patches on that door. Do you know anything about those patches?
No, not the door. I did the patchwork in the ceiling, and that was due to a leaking air conditioner.
Yeah.
The door would have to have been super recent.
They locked her in one night. I did hear about that.
Yeah. All right.
And you said has Sarah confided in you where George is not there? Or is it like...
The most she ever did was, we're fighting, we're arguing, he's always arguing with his ex-wife over the phone. I just tried not to get in the middle of that.
Did you know his ex-wife, or was that prior?
Oh, that's well after.
That's
Because I lived down the street from George,
for how long?
93 to 2005.
So he would have started at, you said 14,
Yeah, around
so he would have been into his mid-20s.
yeah, but it was me and my wife. And
Yeah.
trust me, she works for DHS.
Okay.
She's a child service kid.
Yeah.
My son is a Philadelphia police officer. Different circles altogether.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. How well did you know him up there?
Oh, not like I said, to me, he was just a teenager running around with the other kids. And I was
See him at the corner store and stuff like
yeah,
that?
stuff like that. Well, literally on the block, because I lived here. My brother-in-law across the street was my ex-wife's aunt, and then George.
Okay.
So it was, and then her mother lived across the street. So restaurants. So no matter where you go, everybody sees each other on the corners and stuff.
Now down here, was it just coincidence you got the job here, was walking through and ran into him and went,
Yep,
holy cow? Okay.
that's literally what happened. I was like, whoa, real small world.
Do you ever go out and hang out with them, have
Nope.
dinner, go drinking? The only time we've ever seen him is when you're at work, either here on this property or
Or when I would
job.
go to the hardware store.
At
That's
the-
it.
Okay. Did you ever stay after and hang out in the apartment with them?
Nope. I don't hang out with residents.
Good.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked
I
about has
confirm.
been true and accurate to
I
the
will
best
confirm, I do not swear.
You confirm that everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge? Okay. This ends the recording 11:57 hours.
Okay, so I don't know, he sounded so matter of fact, didn't he? Oh, they were playing hide and seek. Like, I just think a guy would have been like, now that you know this man is dead in this suitcase, and he's playing hide and seek, wouldn't you be like, yeah, that's when they said they were playing hide and seek. I mean, he just said, yeah, that's when they were playing hide and seek. They did a lot of arts and crafts and, I don't know. So crazy. Didn't you think that he just... Christine, I think they were probably very drunk and she coaxed him in there somehow. Oh, really, Billy boy? Okay, so next we have, who do we have next? Brandon Motes. Next.
Today's date is February 27, 2020. The time now is approximately 17:48 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located at 4748 France Lane, apartment number 2.
France Court.
France Court? You sure?
That's what I always park up. Yeah, because you can see it on the sign over there on the 4749. It's France Court.
Okay, France Court.
Yeah, it's weird. For some reason, all of the signs are on the opposites, are on the wrong side
On the
of the
wrong-
building.
yeah, the
So
further
that's
side.
apartment 8 there, and the sign's right there on that one.
Gotcha. Okay. France Court. Apartment number 2.
I'm just stopping that for a minute because I wanted to answer Nanette's question because I forgot to tell you guys this. Here's what I think. Do you remember when we read in the discovery the reports and the 2 neighbors that share the wall said they heard a huge crashing sound that shook the walls? Because Nanette said, do I think she hit him with a baseball bat? I've been thinking she threw him down the stairs in the suitcase. Maybe she had said that suitcase was upstairs, remember? Maybe it was upstairs when he got in it, and I think she threw him down the stairs. And I think maybe like the suitcase would come to a stop and she would throw it again and she would throw it again and again and again. That's what I'm thinking, because what would make that huge crashing sound that the neighbors both talked about? So it's very possible the injuries came from her throwing the suitcase around. Maybe she was wailing the suitcase around. I don't know, she's a small woman, so, but maybe she was kicking the suitcase. Maybe she kicked the heck out of it. Maybe she kicked it down the stairs. So, to put that crashing sound, and thank you for asking because I meant to say that. And she could have hit the suitcase with a bat. Maybe she hit the suitcase with a bat. But I think she definitely threw him down the stairs. Because they heard that big, loud, crashing sound that shook the walls. What would do that? A suitcase with a person in it being thrown down the stairs would, right? So I think that's, that was, okay, now I'll put the other thing back on.
It's right there on that one.
Gotcha. Okay. France Court. Apartment number 2 at the Tealwood Parks apartment. And I'm speaking with, can you state your name?
It's Brandon Metz.
And your date of birth?
April 19th, year 2000.
Okay. And you reside at this apartment, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you said that you've been living here since January of 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On Sunday, which would have been...
The 24th?
Let's just double check. Sunday was the 23rd.
23rd.
Were you home that day?
I would have come home a little late that evening, but I would have been here around 8, 9 o'clock. I would have gotten in around 8 or 9 o'clock.
PM.
Yes.
Okay. And so your apartment is right next to apartment number 3. Does your apartment share walls with theirs?
My bedroom shares a wall with the lower half of their apartment.
The lower half, okay. Do you recall hearing anything coming from apartment 3 while you were, after you had gotten home?
Around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, there was a very loud crashing sound where I believe, I'm not sure, I haven't been in their apartment like my roommate, but I believe is the location of the staircase.
Okay,
So a little bit above.
A very loud, you said crashing sound?
Yeah, like it sounded like something had been like falling down the stairs. Because it started up high and then it ended low.
Okay. And when you heard the loud crashing sound, did you hear any voices? Like, could you make out if you heard a male or female's voice?
I couldn't hear anything, no.
Okay. Is that normal for you to hear noises coming from their apartment?
Not loud, but
Not that loud?
Not that loud.
Okay.
But I'll regularly hear like thudding sounds, like stuff being like slammed against the wall or something like that.
Okay. Have you ever heard voices? Have you ever been able to determine?
I've always kind of like tuned out if I was hearing voices.
If you heard something,
yeah.
you kind of, okay. But you have heard loud noises in the past, but not as loud as you had heard on Sunday night.
No, it never been that. I felt the walls shake.
Okay.
As the sound happened.
And do you know either of them? Like, do you know?
I've had a few brief interactions with them.
Okay.
But I don't.
Like, do you know who lives there? Like,
yes.
Can you describe who lives there for me?
It is a sort of, I guess, like middle age. I don't know, like around 40s, blonde woman.
Okay.
And a Hispanic gentleman. I believe so. I haven't interacted with him much. I've spoken to her a few times.
You've spoken to her a few times. Okay. Anyone else live there?
I believe they have a little boy.
A small child. Okay. Okay. When you have seen them around, how do they appear to you?
They almost always seem either like tired or like tweaked out.
Tweaked out?
Yeah.
Okay. The conversations you had, the interactions you've had with the female, like, what do you mean interactions?
I remember one night she slept on the back porch of my apartment for some reason. I don't remember much, but I just remember, like, looking out the shade and seeing her, like, laid down.
Okay. Do you recall, like, maybe what month this was?
I couldn't say. It was pretty early when I moved in. I would say the summer of 2019.
Summer of 2019. Okay. Did you wake her, or?
No, I just...
Okay. And by sleeping, you guys all have, like, a cement area, right?
Yes.
Like a back patio?
Yes.
But it's not enclosed?
No.
Was she in a chair, on the ground?
Like on the ground.
On the ground. Okay.
I don't have any chairs on our back porch.
Okay. Any other run-ins with her? Things you've witnessed with her?
I was coming home from class one night. I would not be able to give you a time period on this.
Sure,
I don't
yeah.
remember when it is. And I was waiting on my roommate to get home because I had left my keys in the apartment. Mm-hmm. And I remember she came over and was talking to me for a minute, and it was very visible that, like, she was talking to me because she didn't want to be in her apartment.
Okay.
I don't know why, like, I didn't ask, but it was just very evident that she didn't want to be there.
Do you remember anything she was saying?
No.
Her demeanor?
She seemed, like, skittish, like, nervous.
Okay.
I don't remember anything we talked about because, in complete honesty, when I was just, it was in one ear and out the other.
Right, yeah, you were just kind of, right.
With vague nothing.
Okay. Did she appear to be on anything at that point, or just she seemed nervous?
She seemed nervous.
Okay.
She didn't seem, like, high or anything. She just seemed out of it.
Okay.
I would chalk it up to be more like tired and paranoid or nervous, stuff like that.
Okay. And any other interactions with her?
No. Honestly, from the few times I had spoken to her, like, anytime I saw her, I kind of just tried to go straight into my apartment.
Right.
There's a few times where I would walk past and she'd say hi or something, and I was just kind of lie and be like, oh, I'm only going to be here for like 10 minutes. I just got to change and head back to class or something. Like, I try to avoid.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you ever witness either of them on their back porch patio?
No, I don't walk that direction.
Okay.
I don't have any reason to go like that.
Right. You guys don't have any, like, dogs or anything
No,
that you have
I
to
don't
walk?
have any pets.
There you go. Okay. Any interactions with the Hispanic male?
No, not that I can recall.
No? Okay. Okay, is there anything else that you think is important for me to know about
Nothing.
them and anything you've heard or witnessed between the two of them?
It seemed like an abusive relationship. Just
Abusive.
from every time I heard them, every time like I saw the two of them, it seemed rough.
Okay. Okay.
It's one of those things where like he was a bad guy. He was a bad guy.
Mhm. Okay. Alright, is there anything else that you think is important for me to know?
Nothing I can think of. No.
Okay. Do you mind raising your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Everything I've said is true as far as I can recall.
Yep, perfect. Alright, this ends the recording at 17:57 hours.
Can you guys see that? I'm sorry, I was on mute and I was talking to you guys. Can you guys see this? There's no sound yet, but can you see it? Yeah, I saw that, but can you guys see this? Are you able to see the video playing? Okay, good. You can see the video. All right, wonderful.
Pull one of these spots just so we can get out of there.
Yep.
It's 607, so it's gonna be turned over to you guys.
Yep.
He was last seen last night, so.
You could get all your guys out of there.
What's that?
You could get everything out of
Sure, I'm
there.
gonna get info. You got a clipboard on your name and stuff.
Oh yes, thank you.
right there.
Did you call it? What time did you call it? Hello there. You live here? Yes. Okay, I'll talk to you. We gotta get some information from the fire department.
The property manager. I don't know if I should go tell him really quick or just so he knows what's going on.
Where is he at?
And you want that way.
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that for you, okay?
I had a cigarette lit.
I'll get it for you, okay? Wait 1 second, okay?
I really need something to drink.
Okay, well,
I got my Dr. Pepper on the counter.
okay, we'll take care of you. Give me 1 second.
It's Armand here.
Put the time that you called it. You got the time you called it? Okay, perfect. We can't go back inside. What's going on? Who is he to you? Boyfriend?
Yes, for like 3.5 years.
What happened?
He and I, we drank last night. We had a.
Can you pass this to the around to the FD guys? Stop. They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me, so they're
Oh, they're not leaving?
I
Okay.
think I woke her up.
No. Each of them has to, because this might be a real thing. So each of them has to put their name
Normally
in
we all
initial.
I just put everybody.
Yeah, you call it working.
What's going on?
Sorry,
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and I are putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You were putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase, okay?
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys. I
Did
tried giving him CPR. The problem is I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found him.
Before you called?
Yes.
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him, and I took him out, and I tried doing CPR, and then I called him, and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband? Or
Yes.
your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay. So you were playing and you did some up and
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay. No, you're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what
I
happened.
fell asleep, so I don't know if he suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or
What
what.
kind of medical conditions did you have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
You
that
didn't
I
take
know
any
of.
medicine?
No.
No medicine?
All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek. That's all that happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened.
So how long were you doing CPR on him prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I called him while I was
What
doing
time
CPR.
did you start? Probably, give me a rough ballpark. Here, let me fill this deputy in, okay?
Please may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am
Hold on,
so
one
cotton
second,
out
one
right
second.
now.
Ma'am, and you can't talk to him until we get done with this, okay?
Just don't leave, okay, Brian?
Thank you, ma'am.
Well,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm getting Lucas.
I know.
Do me a favor. Stand over there by that car. Give me 1 second. Just give us a second, okay? We gotta
Somebody else on that call operation.
It's on the counter.
I can't move anything from out of the house.
Thirsty, like, I'm
Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal
I
with,
need
right? Sit,
May I have some water? Just water.
I can get you some water, okay? Just I want you not on your feet because I don't want you passing out on me.
I need water.
Okay, I'll get some for you.
You're trying to try it, but you're on it.
Hey, how are you? Okay, so you don't live here in this house.
No. I live down in Lake Winona Cove down
Lake
there.
Winona Cove. Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of tell me how you came here today, or
Well, I've been calling.
come down here. We gotta talk.
I've been calling since
calling this your ex-wife or current
Yes,
wife?
yes.
Okay.
No, ex-wife. We've
Okay.
been divorced about a year and a half.
Sorry, before you roll.
About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out, because this is supposed to be her day.
Give me
Her child.
1764, please.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it.
They called back and said she was still there, or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
From school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30, called every half hour or so, and then
She was back inside the lobby.
finally got a hold of her
I'll come
at
back.
12:49, which is when she told me what was going on and if I'd come over here. So I came over.
She called at 12:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 12:49.
12:49.
Got over here, told her she needed to call 911, get somebody over here, and then basically she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette. I walked back out the house because I didn't really want to
Who
be
called?
there.
Did you call or did she call?
Well, I called. She called me back when I was on my way to make sure I was coming over. But I called her
Give me 1
initially.
second, okay?
I called her initially.
Do you have water in your car by any chance?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
No,
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, so she called, you get over here.
Well, I called her first.
Okay.
Trying to find out if she's going to get Lucas. That's what everything was going on. I got my stuff together, put the puppy up in his crate. When I was starting to drive over here is when she called me to make sure I was coming, and then I got over here right after
Did you
that.
go inside and see, and then?
I walked inside the front. I didn't see the little front tile area.
Come on, step this way.
I saw legs. I just didn't really want to be in there around it, so I told her.
Well, just for the sake of the crime scene, I want to know if I were to find your footprint, it would be because you went this far into the house. So did you actually make into the threshold?
I don't think I ever made it to the carpet. I think it
Okay.
was just in that. I've been over here before.
Right,
so,
right. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I stepped past that tile area.
Okay. So
I touched the doorknob. I don't think I touched anything in the kitchen. I don't think that really matters.
Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of what you have. Well, sit tight for us. We're going to make a few phone calls, and then we'll go from there. Do
Okay,
you know if
that's
he has
fine.
any medical issues, or?
I don't.
Okay, but you've met him before?
I've met him before, yes.
Okay.
Yes. They've got a full fun history.
Oh, really?
Oh, you guys can call him. It's like,
For the two of them?
yeah, he's been arrested like I think 5 times for so.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with. I haven't been here personally. So they have
he's currently on parole because of it. So.
Because of domestic violence with her.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. Last time he got what do they call it? Retrial something or other. He had to go to a domestic violence class.
Okay.
I know he was doing it at a parole officer. Stuff like that. But I mean, like every time she had him arrested, the next day she was trying to get bailed out. So I don't know what it is.
Oh, she's getting water from the tap. Probably gonna pass out on us. Okay. Well, listen. Please do me a favor.
Oh, no.
I'll make a few
Not
phone
a problem.
calls.
I mean,
Where's your kid need to be picked up?
Lakeline Elementary.
How soon though?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
I
Okay.
normally move out.
Let me try and get this going for you because I know you need that. Martinez. Sarah? You get enough water? No, if you want to stay seated, I don't want you getting lightheaded. So remember I said the detectives were going to come out and talk to you and go from there. You know what I'm saying? They're here. They're going to ask you a few questions and then go from there, okay? All right.
All right, Sarah, my name's Chelsea. My partner, Scott. To my understanding, you reside here?
Yes.
Okay. Is it just you,
And George.
Okay.
And I have a 9-year-old. So it's 50-50 with Brian, my former husband.
Your former husband. Okay. But you reside here with George, and then your son lives with you, or lives there? It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay. So from what has told me, she explained last night that you guys were drinking a bottle of wine, and around midnight, you decided you guys.
12:30-ish, yeah.
Okay. You guys decided to play hide and seek.
Well, we were playing hide and seek, and then
Was your son home at the time, or okay?
no, with Brian.
Okay.
Decided to play. We just did it like that. Like,
Sure.
we were puzzled together. We were doing artwork. The puzzle that we finished in there, and then the artwork, and then decided to play hide and seek. It was me and Steven.
Okay.
So he decided to get in the suitcase. So I thought it would be funny to, and he was laughing about it too, to get the lunch there. I go upstairs and fell asleep. So this morning or this afternoon when I actually got up out of the bed, I thought for sure he was downstairs on the laptop, really quiet. But then I came upstairs and I'm like, where is he? Like, and then that's when I found him.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. And then you weren't sure about if you woke up this morning
It was afternoon. I mean, I was
or
awake,
this afternoon.
but I just didn't want to come downstairs. So
Okay.
I just laid in the bed for a little while. And then I eventually came downstairs and was confused about where he was. And then I was like, oh my God, he's in the suitcase still. So I pulled him out and I stretched him out and I started trying to do CPR on him. I called you guys. Well, I called Brian.
Okay.
And then as soon as he got here, which is 30 seconds down the road, I called you guys.
Okay.
And the person on the phone had me do the concussions individually still and count with him until you guys showed up.
Okay. And so as a part of our investigation, we obviously have to go inside the house. We have to look at things. Are you okay with us
Yes.
going in the house and looking at things?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And forensics, so we have to have our forensics crime scene investigators come out. Are you also okay with them coming inside,
Do
taking
whatever you need to
photographs
do.
and
Whatever
okay.
you need to do.
Okay.
Can I ask, is Brian, I'm sorry, George, is he diagnosed with any kind of medical history?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't take drugs. I mean, he'll have the occasional bottle of wine here and there, but I don't know. Like,
That was going to be my next question. So
I
you
don't
guys
know.
don't normally drink, you just drink once in a while, or?
well, I'm gonna say like, okay, I guess normal drinking is like we will have like a glass of wine or two, like while we're cooking dinner. Sure. We'll here and we'll play a board game with him and little games right there. But I mean, it's not like.
A couple of beers a day?
Well, but I don't understand though, like, for the little bit that we had, like, not had anything to do with it. Like, I don't know if we had a heart attack or a stroke or an aneurysm or what happened to him. I don't know.
And were you guys together all day yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. Here?
Yes.
Like you, neither of you left the apartment yesterday?
I think we drove up to the convenience store to get cigarettes.
Okay.
But I mean, you could walk there.
Does he have any history of explaining drugs? I know he doesn't now, because you said he doesn't, but
I don't know.
as far as you've ever known him, you've never
No.
seen him.
No. I mean, he's from Philadelphia, and he grew up in Philadelphia, and then he went to Massachusetts, and then from Massachusetts he came down here. So I don't really know, like, a whole lot of, like, medical history or.
How long have you guys been together?
Almost 4 years, like 3.5 years.
You guys been living here the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. He's never been to the doctor or to the hospital during that time?
He and his brother got into a really bad argument at one point, and he had to have facial reconstruction. But he has been in the hospital from that, and then I talked him into going to see, like, a regular physician. So like a regular like checkup thing.
Yeah.
But there were no red flags.
How long ago was that?
The surgery or
Yeah,
the
both.
doctor?
Both.
The surgery, I think, was at this point, what, 2 years maybe? 2.5 years. The checkup was probably a good 2 years too.
Okay.
And the suitcase is still in there?
Yep, Ollie.
Is it normally stored down there? Or did you guys travel recently?
No, he was going to start putting some of the, what do you call it? Donation in there. So that's why.
That's why it's out?
Yes.
Okay. You guys didn't recently travel somewhere or anything like that?
After you zipped them up, did you move the bag around and mess with them at all, or you just zipped it up and walked away?
My both were laughing about it. But I went upstairs and I fell asleep.
But what position was he in when you put him, when he went in? Was he sitting on his rear end and his head up and he just kind of bent over?
Okay, so like this is the suitcase. Like this was his head and then his knees right here and his feet were down.
So he was laying on the side?
Yes.
Yes. You just closed the flap and zipped it around?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe we were playing.
Okay.
So he said that I needed to tell you guys about his family. Like, who do I talk to about that?
We're gonna do that once we walk through and see. Yeah, we're
not
gonna.
going anywhere. We're gonna
I'm
be here
just
for a
telling you,
while.
like,
Yeah, it's gonna be a
I'm
while.
afraid for my life. I want you to know that. I'm afraid for my life. His family have never liked me. I'm the blue-eyed white devil, is what they call me. So they've never liked me. They've never taken me in. They've never accepted me. I'll put it that way.
Have you called any of them?
We talked to his daughters yesterday.
No, I mean like about this. Does
No.
anyone know? Okay.
That's
So
why
no one's gonna know until we will be making that notification. So
they're going to
it's
kill me.
okay.
Do
Well,
they live local?
Yes, they're down the road. They're going to kill me. His kids are going to kill me in Philadelphia. They're going to kill me. This was not intentional.
okay.
They're not going to understand that. They're not going to accept it.
We're gonna do a thorough investigation, and we will
scared.
we will definitely make sure that you don't feel scared when we leave
I-
here. Okay.
And
When
my
we leave.
9-year-old.
Well, he's at school. Or he's with your husband.
I know. Well,
Ex-husband.
Your husband said that, or your ex-husband said he made arrangements for your 9-year-old to be picked up.
Oh, okay, Mom.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go inside if that's
Yes,
okay.
please. But can you guys just keep me posted
Of
so I
course.
know what's going on?
Yes, ma'am.
And don't.
All you have to do is get their attention if you have a question or you need to talk to us. He's standing right there. She'll be right here.
Yeah. Okay, but will you guys tell me, like, so you're telling me, like, you won't call whoever it is without telling me, right?
No.
I mean, I have all their phone numbers.
We're not
if you need
calling.
them.
We're not making phone calls. We're actually gonna speak to them in person.
Yeah.
We
That'll be
are.
later
They're
on.
going to. Okay.
It'll
You'll
be
know
later.
prior to us making any
I'm
contact.
not going to be here. They're going to kill me.
Okay.
We'll address all of that, okay, before we leave. Okay?
This was.
Okay? Okay. Thank you.
Just stay seated, okay, Sarah? I know you're panicking, okay? Just relax. We'll come and talk to you. We'll keep checking on you.
Okay, let's see what else. So that ended abruptly. I was sitting down with my phone. I thought that was going to be longer. Okay, and I was chatting with you guys through the phone. All right, let me. Hold on. Let me see what else. Let me stop my phone. Stop that. Okay. See what else we have. So that was that one. What is this one? This is the one I think we just saw. Yeah, this is the one we just saw. before that other one. Let's see. See what this one is.
Go ahead and start making the calls. Ma'am, could you go ahead and give me his last name? Torres? Spell it for me. Torres. And his first name? George, Jorge. 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 His birthday? 2/13/78. And this is the boyfriend? Yes. How long? 3.5 years. Living together that whole time? Yes. Okay. And your last name? Boone. Spell it. Boone. First name? Sarah. Sarah. Birthday? 10/10/77. So, you've had a second to kind of collect yourself. Tell it to me again. You guys were playing last night, drinking a bottle of wine.
Putting puzzles together, doing artwork.
Puzzles, artwork.
I had a bottle of wine and then decided to play hide and seek. So he
What time was that? Do you remember?
I mean, I know that I was in bed probably by like what, 12:30.
Okay.
Well, I went upstairs at least, and I fell asleep, forgetting that he was in the
you guys
suitcase.
were playing the hide and go.
Yes.
And at some point, you put him in the suitcase.
No, he got in the suitcase. So he thought it'd be funny to be put in the suitcase. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna joke with you, and I'll dip you up and make him, squirm a little bit, whatever it is. But then I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
Where was the suitcase?
Right where
You got
it
in
is.
it. Right down there?
Yes.
You zipped him in there?
Yes.
Thought he would be funny, a little
It
joke.
was. We both were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep.
Where did you fall asleep at?
Upstairs.
In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally forgetting that he was in the suitcase still.
Okay. And then you came back downstairs?
This morning? Or this afternoon, yes, when I got up.
What time?
12:30-ish. I was awake, but I totally forgot that he was in the suitcase. He can tell you there's a lot of things that we think goes through. Jobs.
Yeah, he did tell me.
Life, all that good stuff. So I just totally forgot.
So you began to do CPR on him?
Yes. Yes.
About
And he
what
gurgled.
time this morning did you start doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon. It was afternoon because I was awake. But then I finally decided to come downstairs at like 12:30-ish, whatever it is. And I was like, I forgot he was in the suitcase and he wasn't moving. Nothing was happening. So I unzipped him, took him out and started doing CPR on him. He was on his way over here. I called you when he got here.
Once he got here, you called us?
Yes.
Okay.
And air was coming out and he was gurgling, but I could just tell by looking at him.
But you knew how to do CPR. You doing that on your own?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the person that was on the phone with me also, I counted with him doing it.
And he's got no medical? He doesn't take any medication?
I don't know. I don't know medical-wise. I know he doesn't take any medications whatsoever. The only thing, like I said, I don't know if alcohol had something to do with it, but we had a bottle of wine.
Okay. All right. Here, I want you to sit back down because I don't want
Can I have one more sip of water, please?
Yeah. Oh, go on.
Denver, 29 residential, audible 1303 Island Bay Drive.
I'll do what I can to get you a cup because I don't want you to have to keep doing that.
Maintenance should have a proper cancel the indication in the front door. Try to do that for important time. The motor unit on the channel,
the cups are right there.
044 motor unit.
Right here. Don't talk to the ex-husband right
now.
Okay?
I won't. Can I have a cigarette, please?
Ma'am, I can't take anything out of the house.
It's on the back porch.
Nope. All of it. It's secure, okay? I'll try my best to get you what you need, okay? Maybe one of these deputies has a pack from someone, sit down and I'll try and get you what you need, okay?
Just a cup, please.
Okay. I don't want you on your feet.
You want to
Yeah. You want to talk over here?
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. So I said we saw this, and then this. Let's see what this is.
Take it with you. Oh, the time? Where's my phone? Just about 2:30. Huh? What time he comes out?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock? Okay.
love how he puts his Gatorade in the bush. I skipped his ahead because there's nothing that happened there, and I'm just gonna, there we go, where she's walking. Probably needs water again, right? Yes, February 2020.
They're coming out now. I'll get you somebody, okay? She wants to say something. She wants to come on.
Don't know anything though, like why or how?
So we will not know the answer to that because we're not doctors. So what's going to happen is he's going to go to the medical examiner's office and he'll have what's called an autopsy. Yeah. That'll be first thing tomorrow morning. I'll know a lot, hopefully a lot more tomorrow morning as far as him. But I cannot, there's no way I could say how, why.
So just by looking at him, like, why is he purple?
Oh, that's normal when someone passes away. Lividity turn.
As soon as the heart stops beating, the blood starts to settle to the lowest points of the body. And then it becomes very pronounced. That's what's called a pumpkin fluid. It happens every night.
I'm like really scared. I want you guys to know that.
Look around. You have all of these deputies here, so while we're here, nothing's going to happen. Before we go and make any notifications, you'll have plenty of time to leave or do what you need to do. Whatever you need to do. Okay? And we can talk about that more in length. But, yeah, it's not going to be a surprise.
But, like, I don't, like, this was totally, like, not intentional. Like, that's what I'm scared about, too. Like,
We'll have all the answers. We'll have a lot more answers tomorrow after medical examiner looks at it. Like you said, what you're seeing here is common. This is us coming out to
protocol.
see. Yeah, his age, no real medical history that we
I know of.
For him to have passed away, we come out.
I know.
Yeah. We come out and do an investigation. Medical examiner's office will be sending people out. This is what we do. If he was 75 years old and had a history of heart condition, we wouldn't be here.
I don't know what it is.
Exactly. And that's what we're here to find out. We're just here to get the answers. The answers that you want, the answers that his family's going to want.
I just really want to see my son. Like, I really need to see my son. I mean, I know I can't go anywhere, but...
Right.
So, do I just, like, sit out here and wait for you guys?
If you would, yeah.
Does anybody else having to show up, or everybody's here that needs to be here?
My team's here that needs to be here. The medical examiners will show up when we call them, but we're not ready for them yet. So they're going to take him, they're going to take some photos, take him, but that's towards the end of it. And they'll be called well in advance when we're ready for them, but we're not ready for them at this point. So we won't be calling them quite yet. Okay? So like I said, I got to go do some paperwork. They're going to chat with some people, and then we're going to come back and talk to you if you're okay with that. So just give us a little bit more time. Like I said, I need to go and do that. And
So his family, like today or after tomorrow? You have to. It's the law.
Once our investigation is pretty much complete here, once we leave here, we will be going to.
But again, you'll know. You're not going to just go and do it without you knowing. You'll know. We'll talk to you prior to doing anything like that.
But how? I mean, I understand what you guys and how you do it, and you know. So, but like, what do you just tell him? What do you tell his parents? Like, what's the reason as to why?
We tell them what we know at that point.
Yeah.
We tell them the truth.
And that we're going to be waiting for the autopsy results. And I will get the autopsy in the morning. And hopefully the doctor will be able to give me some of what they think and see.
We'll give them their number. They can contact them. Get it, you know.
But yeah, they're gonna know what we're here, what we're investigating, and that we're still.
They're gonna think I killed him. They always have said that. They've always have said that. I told you it's because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon. That's what they call me. Because they don't want him with me. So he's basically just not really been around his family because he chooses me over them. Even after I've encouraged him numerous times to go there and see his family. They have never accepted me. They don't know his family. Really? Unforgiving co-creators where they've never accepted me. And everybody in his family has encouraged to kick my ass. So, especially his sister. He had to pull her off me one time.
Do you have somewhere safe that you can go tonight?
Both my parents are deceased, my grandparents are deceased, my aunt and uncle are deceased. I got nobody. I have a brother that's in the Marines, and I've got another one that's in jail.
Unless the brother that's Marines, is he local?
No. Well, he's in Altamont, but I think he's doing whatever Marine thing he's doing. But the only way...
Your phone's inside, correct?
Yes.
Does he have a phone?
No.
He doesn't have a phone.
He used my phone.
He uses your phone.
Yeah, we did it together. So, the only place I could go is over to Brian's house. So, I don't think I'll have a problem with it.
Okay.
So,
well, like I said, we're not going to leave here. If you do not feel safe, you're not going to leave here with you not feeling safe. Because then we're liable.
And then his ex-wife in Philadelphia.
Well, she's in Philadelphia, but yes.
Shoot. There's going to be a funeral.
Right. That you're talking like days and weeks.
No,
I'm talking right here, right now. So let me do my investigation. Let me go do this paperwork that I'm talking about because we can go back and forth about what it's like all day long.
I know, sorry.
I promise we're not going to leave here for you and you not feel safe. Okay? I promise.
Please. Okay. It's just, I don't even know what to tell you.
It's okay. Just take a seat, have some water, give us a few minutes, let us do our thing, and we'll be back to talk to you, I promise, okay?
Like you said, you just let them know.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Go ahead and write.
Okay.
Sit down and say, keep like eyes on. Do you have anyone in here?
There's nobody here, just me.
Okay, that's fine. You're right there, right?
Yeah.
Sit there and take. You're fine. I have relief coming, so just get in.
He's in school right now. He's not here with you.
No. He's
Okay,
in school.
he's in school. How old is he?
This will be a fun one. He is 9. He's 3rd
I
grade.
can't even start with how you would explain something like that. Okay, 6th grade, you said?
3rd grade.
Oh, third
He's
grade.
9.
3rd grade. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So sit tight for us. I'm sorry it's so hot. Maybe the middle of that would be a good spot to stay in. So we'll take it from there. I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
Okay.
South and 221 Alpha Unit. Close on 212. 1012 and 1332.
want to do this now?
Oh, I don't know.
Did we get that dog by any chance?
He's sleeping on the roof.
Okay. So your backyard's not fenced? Okay. Because we put him in the backyard and I guess he knew to...
Sorry?
Your dog. We thought the backyard was fenced.
The dogs are outside?
No. We have them contained.
One's deaf and one's blind.
Okay.
That's why I was making sure they were under the table.
Nope, that's yours. So we just been wait for getting instructions on what to do next. You got some water, good, okay.
My kids have a cigarette, they're on the back porch.
Not right now, we can't have you go and get anything. Why don't you sit in the shade? You okay right there? Or maybe a little closer here where the shade is?
You're still on?
Yeah. Are you?
You're getting up left-handed.
Oh no, you're in 24 right now.
That's
What in the
a
world?
23 unit check.
I'm like, nobody's going up there?
I heard silence. I said 220. I was leaving Econ 50. Just gonna go get me a sub. And then I said, well.
Good night, Sherry Shirley.
243, now 10 unit check.
Am I able? Someone asked,
1334.
and then he said, wait a minute.
We can't let you guys communicate right now.
I know someone wants me to ask for one.
You want me to get a cigarette from him and bring it to you?
That's okay.
I could probably do that.
Ask for a lighter. Thank you.
No problem.
I was going to have him arrange childcare.
Okay, good. For the child in school on the street. Okay.
Is my name on there yet?
No, sir, it's not. I need to get her on there too, and him.
Yes.
So they're en route already, probably?
Did anybody call?
No, you want me to call? Oh, I thought you were calling.
I
All right,
don't
let me
jump
get
guns,
homicide.
Tina. I don't make decisions rashly. No worries about that, Tina.
Okay, let's see. Hold on, I'm still on. Let me.
Okay, that one's over. Let's see. You know, when I'm falling asleep, I'm going to open it up to members in the Zoom. If you guys want to talk about this, or I can put something on, whatever you want, but I'm going to open it up for members and Patreons if you would let me come in. Because I can probably listen from my phone for a little bit or talk for a little bit. And then we can save the rest of this for tomorrow or so, because there's still discovery that we have to read and stuff. So let me go get the Zoomy number. If you guys want to come in. Zoom. Okay, this is what I need. Okay. All right. I am. Okay. 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 Okay, Emmy. Yeah, we'll do some more of this tomorrow, okay? We're just gonna unwind for the rest of the night, and we're not gonna do any more of the Sarah stuff and the members. It's just it'll be something just to unwind and stuff. But I hope you'll find us tomorrow. And anybody that wants to join us, come on in.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, I have...
Hello. Hi, Golden and everybody.
Hi, Alicia. Hi. Okay, everybody. So if you can't get into... What happened? Nightbot was being mean? What are you talking about? What are we running? Why are we running? Why are you running, Tina? What's going on with Tina?
I don't know. She's not in here though.
Oh, she's in here.
In here now?
Yeah. I know she's running. I don't know, run. I guess she's maybe taking up jogging, maybe to lose some weight or something. I don't know. Maybe get healthy and fit. I don't know. It's good to go running. I bike. It's good for your body, Tina. It's good for your health, your heart. She's running. Run.
That's one thing I miss is biking.
Yeah, I love biking.
Yeah, really miss it.
Good to go running.
But I like it watching it when you go on a bike ride, Carolyn.
Yeah, if I could figure I have to figure it out. They gave me the phone holder, but it's like the wrong way, so I haven't seen. Yeah. Hi, Pudding.
I miss is biking.
Yeah.
I remember when my husband was younger, they used to mount cameras to their heads and they used to go bike riding over the jumps.
Oh, yeah, you can with I have a GoPro. I mean, I could do that with the GoPro. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to end this, guys.
When my husband was younger, they used to mount cameras to their heads and they used to go bike riding over the jumps.
Oh, yeah, you can with I have a GoPro. I mean, I could do that with the GoPro. Let's see, Nicole, are you coming in? Are you coming in, Nicole?
Hello.
Okay, I'm going to end the chat. So if you want to come on in. And if you can't get to the members post, then send me an email, okay? Mike, you coming? Pudding, are you coming? I'll see you guys. Prayers for everyone that needs them. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I don't know. It's my party. Why are they so judgmental? Who is? It's terrible. Judge not, yes, yet, yes, you be judged, right? All right. See you guys tomorrow. Goodbye. Yeah, you can talk about the case here. Why can't you talk about the case? It's keep it kind.